Hey, good evening, everybody. It is about 8 o'clock here, Sunday evening. We're having a special Christmas sacrificial Sunday service. I'm standing in the front of the pastor's house where the church started 10 years ago. A little Bible study inside, right inside this door, with about 5 or 6 teenagers from school, from my wife's school and all their friends. And what I'm going to do is going to show you a little bit about where we live and where we're working. And you can see this is the pastor's house. The neighborhood is all really the same way. We're in Latin America, so they all have fences and they all have things like that. As you walk out into the street, we're not in the greatest neighborhoods, but we uh, the ministry is impactful here in this area because people come to Christ. You share the gospel and they accept and they become committed. It's absolutely amazing. The mission field is on fire down here. Here's our church. Now I just walked out to the building next to the pastor's house. They're renting this building, and you can see here. There's the name of the church. I don't know if you can see that. But it's just a house. We put a big tent up, and we had to put some wood on the top because the rain was coming through. It busted through the ceiling. But as I walk in here, you'll be amazed. You would never know it, but this is how they work. And they have made this front yard. They put a red carpet over the dirt and the grass there. We're getting ready for our Christmas sacrificial Sunday, so they're busy decorating. It's absolutely unbelievable how reverent they are and how important that it is to them that they have a beautiful auditorium. But this is a tent. It's incredible what this church does not have, yet in many aspects it has much more than any church that I've ever seen. Right now we're getting ready. They're decorating, doing finishing touches. They have some music. We have people here that are all just giving a hand, very Latino style, kind of how that works here, and everyone pitches in and do the work. Um, just take a look around. This is the tent. The church started, uh, like I said, in the house next door, and the auditorium for the last 9 years has been this room. And this is where I started in 2009. When I started attending the church, was this room. They're getting ready to have a lot of visitors. We're going to have, they're expecting about 250 people or so. And so this is the family that's getting all the food ready. They're going to give everyone the royal treatment here. And this church is actually has absolutely exploded. When I started, it had about 35 people in 2009. Right now, we average about 120 to 150 people, all in the front yard of this church, even in the cold, 30 degrees in the winter, 35 degrees, wet. And now it's summer, so it's about 85, 90 degrees, depending on the day, and it's a dry heat. And then if you look back, we go back to the back side of the church, we connect back inside to the pastor's house. And here we are. This is how we get back and forth from the pastor's house to the church. I've lived in the pastor's house for the last 3 months. Naldy and I, as we waited for our housing, try to find housing here, this is where we've lived. And this is our ministry for now. Pray for us. We're trying to get this foundation built for a church planting camp ministry. We would love your prayers for this church especially. It's one of the poorest churches in Chile, yet it's one of the richest churches I've ever seen. We appreciate your prayers, and if the Lord would lead you to help provide for a church property and church building, that's great. Tonight, pray that they have the church property, that they get a good sacrificial giving from the people here, just for that reason, for the church building and the church property. Love you all. Miss everyone at home. We are excited and happy to be doing God's work here in Chile.